Good evening, model railroaders, and welcome back to the second section podcast, where it's just regular folks talking about model railroading. I am your host, Andy Dorsch, and joining me this evening is my co-host, Mike Clean Workbench Ostertag. Mike, how you doing?
I tell you what, I have never ever thought my workbench would look like this, but I am so glad I did this. It's very nice.
Yeah, it was so good that we used it for the inspiration of this show.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a bone to pick with most of the people of the section crew.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
But it's
Starting
of
with
our
a rant right
we're
off.
gonna start right out of the gate.
Hold on.
You know,
I think right here, Dave Winters, the workbench of
the
lies.
workbench of lies. Okay, here's the thing. I know for a fact that we've always, like, ever since the inception of what's on your workbench, we've always really picked about, there's more space there than there should be. You need to put more stuff there. You need,
Sure.
blah, 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 blah. However, that is really, in my personal opinion, and I am guilty of this as anybody else. Okay. And I mean, we've seen my workbench. It's crap half the time.
Well, it's well weathered, seasoned. I'm trying to find some polite way of saying it.
Okay, it's crap.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is when I would sit down at my workbench and I would look at all of that, the task of even trying to get into doing something with it was so daunting that I just didn't want to ever. I would just sit here and stare.
Yeah.
So while we make fun and poke fun at it, I really do appreciate a nice clean workbench. And I found tools that was like shopping. It was like going shopping. It was like Christmas. I was finding tools I forgot I even had.
That is one of the things that we'll touch on. It's when you start cleaning, and we're getting back into model railroading season, right? So August is a magical time here in Wisconsin because we lose 80 minutes of daylight.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know, right? I've had enough this summer.
So have I. But you would think I'd be like 30 pounds lighter because of this summer just alone. No.
Oh, a lot of beer was drank this summer to stay cool. So, but anyways, long story short, it's getting back into modeling season, and what a better way to kick off your modeling season than to not come down and see just this daunting task in front of you of cleaning off your workbench, and conversely, your layout. Seeing some people use their layouts as storage shelves.
Yeah.
I am one of those people.
Guilty.
But there was a really good video. If you go back through William Sampson's Sue the Milwaukee Road archives, where he on YouTube here, where he talks about getting ready, cleaning the layout, and kind of resetting, get your mind fresh. And so we're going to talk about stuff tonight in our main topic thread that's gonna hit on all those things. Reset for the season. Let's get ready.
Yeah. But we have some not so good fun thing to talk about right away out of the gate. We might as well do this right away.
Yes.
I'm sure many of you guys have heard, and for those of you who have not, you might want to sit down just because it came to a really big shock to Andy and I. However, unfortunately, we need to announce that on Saturday. Was it Saturday? I believe. Ralph Renzetti passed away unexpectedly. He's been on the show in the chat. He's in the chat almost every show. You know,
Yeah, he was a guest on the show twice.
He's been a guest on the show. You know, he's a friend of the show. He's a friend of both Andy and mine's.
It,
And this one hits hard, you know, so.
and Ralph was, you know, not just our community. He was, you know, a big part of the modeler's life podcast community. He was part of Model Rail Radio, the
Yep.
YouTube Model Railroaders when that was going. If there was a live stream on, more than likely Ralph was there.
Yeah.
And you know, Ralph, you know, and Ralph would go, he was on every Facebook page, every Facebook group, and he always had a helpful tip or comment to, especially in the world of weathering, and he was such a boon to our community. And you know, he wasn't just a model railroader, right? You know, he was so much more than that. He's a brilliant artist, hockey player, father, grandfather, you know, so like, you know, and he's
a rabid Italian.
Right. Very, very Italian.
He and I would go round and around. I mean, there have been times when he'd you know, just get on Facebook and send a video message to me. He goes, "BB, like, what are you doing? Blah 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 blah." And and he would. There were always times where, oh boy, he's really kind of losing it over this. And then there's times where, oh, hey, wait a minute, I see what he's doing here. All he's doing is trying to give you a different perspective as to how to view this. And it's the way he does it. And it's like,
right.
I learned to really, really appreciate that. Oh yeah, his Calgary Southern. God, I would love to have a piece of that. But
so
it just, God, he's so good at what he was doing. He did.
So here's
so sad.
Yeah, we can still reminisce here. I'm gonna just page through some of Ralph's work while we talk here, and
he was. I would, if I was able to place one thing in his casket, it would be a container of pan pastels.
Oh man, I think
he would
right up out of that.
He'd sit right up and just grab me he would grab me by the throat and just say, "Are you serious?" Yeah, I mean, because he was, you know, he was never against these. He was never against the use of pan pastels. You have to understand that. He was never against the use of that. He did not like using them on plastic.
Right.
On wood, he loved using these on wood. He would use these all the time on wood because it would stay, you know. But it's just oh my God, that's one of my favorite scenes right there that he ever, his little diorama with
the 14 movies in one scene.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's so cool. I'm not sure how much of these are still around. If this is still a, you know, if he still has these in his house someplace. I hope some of them get preserved somehow, because they really are works of art, you know. It's just sad, very, very unfortunate, very sudden, I guess. So we don't have any details. Nobody has any details as to exactly what
we
happened.
don't have. There may be details, but we don't have any.
Have them.
We don't have them here, and we just ask that you be respectful of you know, his family and their wishes during this time too. But I guess the one thing I'll never forget was, I think I met Ralph probably 8 or 9 years ago, and it was when I was first getting back into the hobby, and I had just painted up my first Mascoutin Valley locomotive, and he said, and I think I had showed it on, maybe it was on YouTube or some other social media site, and he says you need to weather that. And I think it was actually on Model Rail Radio. I think I said I was having trouble weathering green or something of that nature. So
Yeah.
I got a, and then instantly I got a PM from Ralph, and then all of a sudden it was a phone call from Ralph, and Ralph basically walking me through the whole process. And he goes, he kind of thought like I already had known something about weathering, and I didn't. And he goes, put some red paint in your white paint when you do your fade, and that'll help you weather the green. And so I went and put, I had some Tamiya white paint, and then I went and put in some red paint, but I didn't put in just one drop. I actually turned it to the color of basically Pepto Bismol. I made it pink.
Nice.
And I sprayed the locomotive with it, and he goes, "I didn't tell you to do that." he goes he goes, "That was Pepto Bismol you sprayed on it." I said to tell you just put one drop in. I said one drop. I put half a jug in. And so we had a very good laugh about that. And then I had to strip the locomotive down and redo it. But that's my Ralph Renzetti story. And we always when we would get together on Zoom chats or whatever, we would reminisce about that.
Yeah,
So,
he was always really helpful when it came to DCC stuff too. He was he was very knowledgeable in how the DCC stuff
yeah,
worked. I believe he was an ESU dealer too for a while.
I know he
But he
did airbrushes and stuff too.
yeah. Yeah, I mean he would he would always tell me, I'll never forget. Well, if you want to do it the wrong way, go right ahead.
Yep, that was what he would tell me too. That was
And I'm sitting there going, okay, Ralph, let's hear what you got to say. And then I'll be
yeah,
like, you know what? Now I'm getting mad because now you're telling me what to do. You're kind of bossing me for, well, whatever. And then I'd go like 3 days later, I'd go and try it. And I'm like, now I'm mad at him because he was right.
yeah. Well, and that was the worst thing too. It was like when he was kind of like your model railroading dad, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, so
Yeah, he was a really good a really good friend, a hell of a modeler, and just a good guy all around. He's going to be sorely missed. That's for sure.
yeah, for
So
sure. So, yeah, just want to say, Ralph, thank you for everything that you did for me and everything that you shared with me. It was great knowing you and having you help me along. I certainly learned a lot.
yeah, I echo those sentiments of myself. He helped me through a couple of personal things too. When I was first getting into the podcast stuff, and I wasn't sure how to handle and how to take things that certain people would say, and he'd be like, hey, just don't worry about it. Tomorrow's another day. He's so and so is just, that's just his way. Blah 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 blah. You're better than that. You don't need to, blah blah. He was very very supportive of a lot of stuff, and he was very supportive of our show. So I mean,
Yes, he
that was
was. Everyone's show for that matter.
yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, come on. Is there a guy that got around in the model railroad podcast world more than him?
Certainly a person that we could take a lesson from in terms of sharing and community and just helping out and just having a good time in the
Yeah.
hobby.
Yeah, there was
So,
always a laugh at the end. That was it. That's the thing. You never stopped. You never left the conversation with him mad. That was the thing. You could have been screaming at each
Well,
other, and he would never let you be mad at the end of it. I was just like, damn it. You'd always have a joke or something. And I'd be like, I want to be mad at you. Now I can't be.
No, that's very true. That's very true. So
So
feel free to reminisce about your favorite Ralph Renzetti story in the chat tonight. And then just again, check out his work. He's got touch of the brush weathering, Joey Ginto. He's big inspiration to him. Kind of took Joey under his wing. Joey's been a big fan of the show here, and kind of, is kind of carrying on Ralph's legacy. So, yeah, it's good to see that some of that stuff is still getting passed on. So,
yep, absolutely.
All right. So yeah, so put them in the chat. Tell your favorite Ralph story. I'm sure we'll all get a good laugh out of it. But I think what we'll do is might sneak on to our next segment here on the show this evening. All right, that snazzy guitar riff means it's time for hashtag not sponsored, which is our part of the show that we talk about the things that we really like, and some of the new things that are coming out in the hobby. Mike, I see you got a hole puncher there in your hand. Is that what we're talking about tonight?
I was hanging up a decoder buddy.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Good stuff. So hashtag not sponsored. There's a lot of stuff coming out in the news here. I'm gonna embarrass Mike.
Oh my God.
Right out of the gate. Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
So
we were gonna do this anyway.
In this month's Model Railroad news. So I don't know if you guys don't get this magazine from White River Publications. I strongly recommend that you do. It's 90, almost 100 pages here, 98 pages, 100 pages regularly every month, full of model railroad goodness. But look what is in here. The Farland Terminal boxcar from Home Shops.
Yeah.
So Mike,
Tony told me he was gonna do that.
I didn't know anything about it,
and I said, "Yeah, whatever, dude." And he goes, "No, seriously, I'm making a big deal out of this." I'm like, "All right."
And so it's congratulations again, Mike. I did, like I said, this isn't one of the formal things that I wanted to share tonight, but I did want to just draw attention to it and give a little plug for Model Railroad News, because I look forward to that magazine every month.
Oh, so do I. And thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that bought them. Everybody that's posted photos of what you've done with it. Oh my God, I couldn't have been. There is some amazing weathering going on some of those cars.
Yeah.
It really, I'll even have to say, even Greg McComas's looks nice. Even his looks nice.
Wow.
Even his looks nice.
Yeah.
He hand painted my name on the side of it as graffiti.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. How cute, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, some of you guys have really gone above and beyond. I've actually had people asking me, like, send me a message and ask, "Hey, is it okay if I like cover this up?" I'm like, "You bought the car, you do what you want to with it."
Yeah. Right.
It's your era. You do with it what you want. It's not. I just think it's amazing. It's humble, very humbling. I tell you what, to see your own railroad out there, it's kind of neat at the same time. Very proud of the way that turned out. So, and thank you, Tony, for doing that. That was kind of cool. So
yeah, it was it was when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this has got to go on the show, our next show for sure. So, um, yeah. So, Mike, it's your turn on
Why?
hashtag nuts. Yeah.
Oh, um,
What do you want to talk about? I know you were out cruising the internet. Did you want to talk about the thing that you might have bought?
yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to bring that one up?
I'll bring that one up.
So
Give me a hot second here.
Tangent just announced a series of Roanoke Shop covered hoppers, the HC71 covered hoppers, and this thing spans. Oh my goodness, I don't know how many eras this is going to span. I want to say everything all the way up to present day, from like 1976 to present day or something like that.
So, yeah, mid 70s to
Mid
present day.
70s to present day. And even some of the older paint schemes, like the Norfolk Western ones, there are still some of these cars floating around.
Yeah.
And some of them have been patched out. Like that one right there. That one that right there, it says Norfolk and Western right on it. Some of them have been patched out for other users, but yet the Norfolk and Western is starting to bleed through. They're just a sharp covered hopper. I picked up one of the NW ones. And they've got a couple of versions on decks.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
Yep.
So, in different eras. So yeah, that was, to me, I think that was kind of one of the highlights of the month so far, is seeing that car come out. That was really, really it was unexpected. I didn't expect them to come out with something. And when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I got to go get that.
So which one did you get, Mike? Did
I
you
got
get this one?
No, I got the one with the NW on it. Because I
This
think
one.
that one's, yeah. Yep, I got one of those. Yep.
Ooh, grain loading only.
Yep, grain only. For the brewery, I gotta have grains coming from all over the place.
1973 to 2023. 50
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, these cars they're really, really cool. They're very, very
they
neat.
are. Look at some of this detailing. Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Just it's what you expect from Tangent, right?
Yes.
Just top of the line, super detailed.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And the thing is from having other Tangent cars, the one thing that I noticed is that they are very, very detailed with the markings that go on each specific car.
Yep.
So they're not just going to make something that's, and a lot of the other ones do this too, but for some reason I just really like the way Tangent, their focus and attention to detail on this stuff. It's not just a rubber stamp on everything. And so it's really, really cool.
Yeah, I thought this was a kind of a unique offering from them, but I think it's kind of like uh like releasing an SD 40-2 in a sense, right?
Right.
It's a car that's ubiquitous to all railroads for the last 50 years. You
Yeah.
gotta have it in your lineup.
Yeah, and a lot of them are starting to disappear. They're starting to hit that 50-year mark, and
so what's the deal with that? Why are they only allowed to be in service for 50 years and then you got to throw them out?
Okay, so I'm probably going to get this wrong, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if I do.
Yeah.
But my knowledge is that cars have a 50-year lifespan, and unless they unless they are rebuilt, and I believe that by rebuilding them, they have to put a new bolster on trucks. Their air brakes have to be updated. And there's a list of things that have to be done to consider them under to be a rebuilt car. And then that only gets them so much more. Their bolster might not need to be done. That's a pretty tall task, but there's a certain by rebuilding them, they can get a certain number of years of life extension on them.
Okay.
And so if they do not rebuild them, then I believe they're no longer eligible for interchange service. They can stay on property. I know that a
Captive
captive
service.
service. I know the Escanaba and Lake Superior has a bunch of log cars that are like that. They have a big giant R on the side of them, and it's something like that. I think they have to be. I think after 50 years, unless they're rebuilt, they're no longer available for interchange.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then Robert Glites here says that I believe a rebuild gives a car another 20 years of interchange service.
And you know what? I liken that to certain things, such as like when railroads went and started to rebuild their GP9s and stuff like that, as sevens and things like that. It was cheaper for them to rebuild them than it was for them to go buy a brand new locomotive.
Right.
And a lot of times all that was swapping out some power assemblies, updating the trucks, putting new wheels on them, just slapping it, with the Jeep 9s and 7s, chopping the noses, maybe giving them a like for the IC in the Milwaukee Road, and Conrail had one that the IC rebuilt, and a couple other, Burlington Northern also. But they, and the SP was huge into this, but putting an air filter, inertial air or intake filter, like an axial filter over the top of it, there's another thing that gave the engines extra life, right? This rebuild does the same thing, and it's a cheaper way for them to go than buying a brand new car, and we're just starting to get into the time where, like, if you stop and think about it, I believe the Trinity 5150 covered hoppers, the 5150 cubic foot covered hoppers, those are 30 years old already. Those were 1996, 95 or 96 when those first came on the scene. So the early ones of those are almost 30 years old already.
That's really cool, because now that I'm, in my mid 40s, that tells me, hey, that was 30 years ago. I was in high school.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks. That makes me old.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of older folks in the chat, like, these kids, they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought those covered hoppers were really neat, and I thought that was worth talking about. So
no, they're really cool. And speaking of freight cars that are cool,
you got your water cars.
I got my water train cars. So these are from Home Shops. They're the Rapido G20 tank cars, and they are done up in the water train lettering.
That is so cool.
These things are real nice. And they're good rollers too. So I was playing with them earlier because I was off work today, and they came in the mail, and I got them, and I'm like, oh, I got to get them on the layout, and I got to play with them just a little bit, just to see what they look like. And oh man, so I bought the whole 4-pack of them, and they are really, really cool. The lettering is super crisp on them, and then the stirrups for the platforms, they're yellow. I didn't see that originally when I purchased them, so that was a nice little surprise. And they got cool little placards, and just the other detailing on them is pretty sharp too. So it was really, really nice surprise today to get those and be able to play with them. I'll bring them up on the Ye Old website here. the water train cars. Let's see if I figure out how to do anything technologically here while I bore everybody. But yeah, so the water train cars are in stock right now at home shops, and they're basically based off the Rapido G20 or GP20 tank car, and I gotta say, they are super nice. Um, really like them. And then there's the Gargle oil company from the Delta lines.
Yep.
They have those in stock as well, which I thought was a cute addition. And then, of course, some of the other older stuff, but still available at home shops right now. So if you want them, go grab them quick before they're gone, because just like Mike's box cars, anything that Chris has at home shops, they go fast.
Yeah, they go quick. They can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised mine sold out so as fast as they did. So, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got? This is kind of a longer segment tonight. You have one other thing.
I do have one other thing. Okay. You know what I should do?
You should.
Okay. So talk amongst yourselves here for a second. I got to pull up a website.
Sure. So we'll while we watch Mike do some funny things out on the internet. Hopefully they're PG rated things.
Oh yeah, they are. I'm set.
Yeah.
I'm all set. I'm good. We're good. All right.
Let's see who's all.
Oh, what?
Oh. No, someone had a question. Andy Gerber had a question. What's the build date on these things?
I want to see who's.
Now I'm gonna. I don't know. I have no idea what the build date is.
You got one of these, Andy? Do you have one of these?
What's one of these? I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's that, except for you don't need to be so far away.
So these are rebuilt in 2019. Yeah, rebuilt in 2019.
This is a monocle. It does the same thing.
So
if I go like this, see, I have my remote here. If I'm doing I can go like this and get right up to it, and it's 8 times. This is 8 times. So you can really get very, very close. I've had this for years. I don't even know where I got it, but it's really awesome. I use it quite often.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was in St. Louis, obviously everybody by now knows I got back into HO, still doing the S thing, but doing the HO scale brewery, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to have a test track, blah, blah, blah. So the gentleman from a company called AO Rail, and I'll bring up their site here. What the heck?
Yes, fun with technology. Wait. It's our new segment.
Yeah, I know. It's the new.
It's the new interface from StreamYard.
New interface, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do you see that now?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is AO Rail, and basically what it is it's a multi-piece kind of a build as you want type of test track system. So the basic board here comes with 4 rollers, and those 4 rollers you can do 6-axle locomotives or 4-axle locomotives with just using the 4 rollers, 2 on each truck, on the outside of each truck. And you can actually use it as a programming track, as a test track. You can set it up to warm up your locomotive prior to doing your programming of your decoder. Whatever you want to do, if you want to test out your lighting, all of that stuff, you can test it all out right on this one board. It's really, really neat. They have all different size ones. These have
Sheesh.
this one here has got a specific thing for the tenders, and it really really is very handy. I mean, here's a DD40 with just the two axles being used, and I tell you what, I used it for the first time when I programmed my Southern Pacific SW1200, and wanted to. I have to reteach myself how to use all the ESU stuff, and it made it so easy because I didn't have to worry about if I had connectivity, if I had anything like that. I really really like this a lot, and one of the neat things is this is expensive. I'm going to tell you right out of the gate. I'm not going to lie to you. This speedometer thing, this is not cheap. I believe at St. Louis he was selling them for $185. But the cool thing about it is it tells you, like, if you're trying to speed match your locomotives, you can do it right here with this thing. You don't have to be out on your layout. You don't have to, because they're not making that tunnel thing anymore. That company went out of business, I guess, from what I understand, because I've been looking for one.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the name of what it was.
Accu something or other.
AccuTrack or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Something like that. So here you can actually get a really good gauge on a speed match and do that. And then while you're running it, it'll tell you how many, just, kind of a fun thing. It'll tell you how many scale miles that locomotive is gone while you're testing it. So the one that he had in St. Louis, he had started it over the weekend and had gone 16 scale miles. So that's a long ways. It just sat there and ran the whole time, and it wasn't running super fast. So definitely something, if you have a large fleet, and you want to get your speed matching going, this would be something that would be really, really neat. Now you do need this for this to work with it, as far from what I understand, because it comes with this a set of wheels, and this plugs directly into that. But the speedometer thing, I think, is really, really cool, and very versatile, very functional. There's videos out here, and then I have this.
Oh, it's got a cleaner,
a wheel cleaner. Yes.
Shut the front door.
Now here's the thing. Okay. It has, since your normal test track here only has the 4 rollers. It comes with this cradle to space your rollers appropriately for either, I believe, 2-axle or 4-axle, and then you just put the rear one set of trucks here, the other set of trucks on top of the paper, and I believe it tells you. The guy told me that you're supposed to use something for a solvent, and I can't remember what it was that he said, but you just go and run it, and it'll clean your wheels, and that's it. It's very simple to use, very easy, very cool. I know there's a million ways to skin this cat, but I just thought this was really, really kind of neat. You can use shop towels. There's no propriety. It's just cut up shop towels is all this was. So I would imagine you'd probably be able to just use a pretty decent quality paper towel would probably work just as good. I'm going to try that, but it to me, this was really, really kind of a game-changing thing. And you'll see it here in a little bit. But check this guy's out, aorail.com. aorail.com. And they are very much worth checking out. And if you see him, I'm not sure what he said, if he's going to Train Fest or not. I'm not sure where he said his next show is going to be. But check him out. If you do see him at a show, check him out. So,
well, now I know I gotta have to get one of these, because I was hemming and hawing about setting up a programming track on my new locomotive bench that I built.
Yeah.
And, thanks, David, for putting that out in the chat there. And this is a no-brainer for me. Like this is a gotta have it.
Yeah.
Got to have it.
You have to have something like this. I see somebody says S scale, please. Yeah, so these are the rollers, and they're kind of, I'm going to say that these are 3D printed just looking at them. So it's possible he may be able to make them in S. So what I would do is I would send them a message or send him a message. Go to the aorail.com and look for their email and send them a message and just start a dialogue with them. And because I agree with you, I would buy a second one in S scale in a heartbeat, so I might just follow my own advice and go and do that and see what he's got to say. And if enough S scale guys go and contact him, that might help, perpetuate him to
build it.
To build it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's super cool, Mike. That was. I am thoroughly impressed. That is a great little. I do
tool. Have one more thing. I have one more thing.
Well, lay it on us, brother.
Okay. So anybody. What's one thing that we have that everybody always whines about not having a decent one and trying to figure out how they're supposed to do car weights? A scale, right?
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that because like you had.
I know it could have been all over.
Yeah, okay, but okay, a scale. All right.
Look up your closest Menards. Okay. In the appliance section.
Hello, Moto.
Okay.
Yeah.
$7.
$7.
Maybe $8. The number
the Menards today.
These are on closeout.
You sandbagging son of a gun. You could have told me.
Well, first of all, you didn't tell me you had the day off.
That's true. I didn't.
But anyway, you could get ounces or grams on the one side.
It's a food scale, right?
It is a food scale, but it's got a built-in timer to it. So here's the nice thing about that is if you have something where you have a time-sensitive decal, you have a time-sensitive, something that you're doing like an adhesive of some sort, or you need to do something and it's time-sensitive, you've got a scale here now that will have a built-in timer that you can actually set and watch, so you can keep track of the time on your of what you're doing. So right along with the weight, so you have a built-in timer with that. So yeah, sorry I sandbagged that one, but I know I'm a bad person.
You are.
Is it accurate? Yeah, as far as I could tell, it's a scale. As far as I could tell, right. and it's $8, and it was cheap. It's where's the box? It really is.
It's very fancy. It's for espresso.
Yeah, espresso coffee measuring scale. That's what it is.
So it has to be calibrated pretty. Pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
and
low scale.
here's the specifications. It takes 3 AAA batteries. Just imagine how long is it going to take you to burn through, and you get an 11% rebate.
Yeah, Matthew, that is absolutely that's worth the price of admission to Menards right there.
Your whole 70 cents you're going to get back out of that thing. Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, that was my little secret one there.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's gonna conclude our hashtag not sponsored segment. That was a good one this show. Some cool cars that we demoed, some cool gizmos
Yeah.
that span any scale.
Yep.
Um, which I thought was really good. So now
Yeah.
let's talk about the main event. So we got two things. We got the main topic this evening, and then we're gonna do the bizarro version of what's on your workbench, which is tied to our topic.
Yes.
So and Mike,
What?
um, do you want to show our fans and our folks in the section crew this evening what's on the line
No,
for
because otherwise they're gonna go and start like get their
spamming?
broom out. They're gonna go and get the broom out, and they're just gonna wipe their whole desk off, and there's gonna be a pile of garbage on the floor, and that's all it's gonna be to see. Hi, look at mine's clean.
Yeah.
No,
Like Steve
no.
Steve from Train Waybill says, what's not on your
Yeah,
workbench?
right.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is give
What's
away.
what's
We're
what are
gonna
we
give
giving away
away.
tonight
We're
for the
giving
winner?
away a
Bespoke
dilute
rail.
bespoke rail. I believe this is is this the 14-ounce
It's a
tumbler?
14-ounce tumbler.
Yeah, and DM and IR. This is sold out, by the way.
Exclusive.
Exclusive,
Rare.
rare.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm telling you right now, the winner of this is going to be lucky. I've gotten 7,500 requests from the Smithsonian for this same glass. Just saying, there are museums across the country wanting this. No, little too much.
It's too much. I have mine
Oh,
right here. I got a custom one. So my friend Jason Hethke got me a bespoke rail, the big one. He got me a custom one, the short line of the North Woods for the Mascoutin Valley. These things are real nice.
they are very nice. I have a Farland Terminal one, but I'm using my big water bottle tonight.
Yeah, your big water bottle. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely check out Bespoke Rail. They're fun. They're a fun company. They got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what's on the line. So you're like, what? How do I win this? Right? So the gag for what's on your workbench is you have to run out to our Facebook group, join our Facebook group, answer the 3 questions for admission to get in, and then under the post that I've pinned to the top of the page, there's a call for showing us pictures of what's on your workbench, and the cleanest workbench will will
Do we want to do cleanest or most organized?
maybe most organized with best use of gizmos and gadgets maybe.
Oh,
So yeah.
yeah. There we go. I like that.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of tape right here. I'm trying to get off.
Yeah. So anyways, so that's how you get into the running of ye old bespoke rail tumbler this evening. The Deemer. Love it.
Yeah,
I was going
and
to enter myself, but my workbench is too dirty.
yeah, Mike Arnold, who owns Bespoke Rail, you are not eligible, by the way. I'm just letting you know that right away.
Right off the gate.
Yeah,
Yep.
right out of the gate. I'm just making sure that he understands he's not eligible because I know he would ask. So
very good. Okay, so the topic is what is the topic tonight? I forgot the topic because we don't usually talk about this. Workbench organization.
Or workbench organization. And Andy and I have had quite a few conversations over the summer about, hey, what are you doing? What are you working on? I'm sitting here doing nothing, staring. I've got no motivation. I've got no inspiration. I've got no, I can't get into doing this.
Yeah.
And I finally realized that a big part of at least for myself, was the fact that I'd come down here and I'd be so overwhelmed by the sheer volume of like disarray
Yeah.
that I didn't want to work on anything because it would take me 10 minutes to find the first tool that I would need. So I wanted to come up with, I needed to clean the workbench. I just needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it won't stay this way. I'm going to do everything I can to try to keep it as organized and clean as I possibly can. But it's just, it's one of those deals where I think it's a necessary evil. Nobody wants to do it, but it's something that you do feel better about knowing where things are once you find everything, you know.
So let's talk about that. So finding stuff.
Yeah.
What what are some of the little treasures that you've found in cleaning out or cleaning off your workbench this go round?
Okay, well, first of all, before we get into some of the other stuff, I bought these from Hobby Lobby years ago.
What are those?
They're rulers, but they're set up in 1-inch squares,
Hmm.
and then set up in 1/8-inch squares to boot on top of that. So these are going to be very good for like doing structure, like wall structure builds. And the
Sure.
nice thing is they're clear.
Oh, so they're see-through.
Yeah. So, and they weren't that expensive. They weren't that expensive at all. So, there you can see. Ooh. So you'll be able to see right through them. So if you're
Okay.
trying to do something, like if I needed to measure like this right here, if I wanted to do something with it, I could put it right on that and
Yeah, right. That's cool.
measure and be able to take a somewhat of a semi-scaled measurement of what it is. Each one of those is 1/8 of an inch, and there's certain segments of this that are actually broken down, or each eighth is actually broken down into another 16th. So, and each one is a little different. Some are longer, these are singles. These are just singles. I think this is a 12-inch one, 11-inch. This is a 6-inch. This is 12-inch, and then they have longer ones, but are double. This is a 12-inch one right here in a double, and then this one is 18 inches in a double. So you can actually really do some.
It's big.
And you could tape these down onto, like, if you're trying to do something on a piece of styrene, you could tape that down on the piece of styrene and then just start your measuring. I found these and I'm sitting there going, now I got to use them.
Yeah, right.
I found them.
Got to
Gotta
get
use them.
building. That's a good find.
Now I got to remember where the heck I put them. Oh, here we go.
So how long has it been since you cleaned your workbench like you did? How do you do it, like once a year?
Mm-mm.
No.
I do it when that proverbial bug crawls up my butt.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated to a point where, like I said, I don't want to do anything. And I really don't like being like that anymore. I want to make sure that I stay organized. So it's going to happen. My goal now is to do it. Sorry, I'm trying to put everything back here. My goal now is to try to do it after every project. Make sure that the bench is clean, so that the next project I can start with a fresh perspective. I have a clean slate, kind of like an artist finishing one painting. And now you have a new canvas to use. So instead, because otherwise you're constantly chasing your tail trying to find all sorts of stuff. I found a protractor that I had bought. I found another set of knives. I found a couple of rulers. I found an awl. Oh my God, I forgot I even bought this thing. I forgot a a scribing all.
Yeah, scribing all.
A scribing all. And I'm sitting here going, man, this, and it's like a pencil. So I'm sitting here going, man, this could have come in handy about 30 different times. And this was brand new in the package. And I never even took it out of the package. And I'm sitting there going, you're an idiot. You know, what are you doing here? You know, it's really kind of nice to be organized, and kind of scary at the same time.
Sure.
It really is. It's just one of those things where, that's a good way of doing that there. It's just one of those things where, I needed to come up with a way. I needed to come up with a system. That's another thing. You got to come up with a system of how you're going to get yourself organized.
Yeah.
And I kind of, with the help of Luke Lemons, who isn't on here because he's out on a train right now on his way to Powers, Michigan. And so he'll have to hear his name some other time down the road. But he had shown me these carousels that he found in how he did these things. Well, I went and I found some carousels at Aldi's, and that's what I did.
Yes, the aisle of things.
The aisle of.
So why don't you show us what we're working with here? Why don't you flip cameras and show us the workbench here?
All right. First of all, okay. First and foremost, I'm in the middle of a project right now. Okay, this is a project for, here's the plug for the Freelance Forum business card train in Greeley, Colorado, at the Colorado RPM. That's Michelle Kempema and the folks over at the Model Railroad Museum are putting together and stuff in Greeley. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get over there. So with that being said, I'll switch cameras because there's a little bit of a reveal for those that haven't seen it yet.
Ba-da-da-da.
And there we go. There's my passenger car that I'm working on.
Nice.
Yeah. So one thing is this is a parts holder.
Oh, that's cool.
I had bought this, believe it or not, I bought this at Hobby Lobby. And the holder is by itself, and then you get these like sticks.
Yeah, back over the car.
Right
there.
So you get these sticks with a little alligator clip on them.
Yeah.
And then you just grab a part and stick it in. Like, here's the, I got you.
So if you were feeling frisky,
yeah,
the only real expensive thing you would need to get is the alligator clips,
and that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but you could get the barbecue skewers, right?
Yep.
From the dollar store, and an old 2x4 and a drill bit.
Yep.
And you could go to town and make the same thing. Awesome.
You can do that, or if you want to spend, I think this was $7.
Yep.
Your time is worth money. You know what I mean?
That's right. It absolutely is. Yep.
So that's one of the things, and this has come in very handy so far. So on this project,
was that one of those things that you unearthed when you cleaned off your workbench, or was that something that was in the foreground and more commonly used?
So I knew I had it. I just kept forgetting I had it.
Sure.
If that makes any sense, because it was stuck in a drawer in a toolbox thing that I had.
Sure.
Or have, that it was a good idea to get organized. That was what I did the last time I organized my workbench. I was like, okay, I need something to put all my stuff in. And that's what I did. I went and I bought it from Harbor Freight, and it's been awesome. It's really cool, and I'm going to find a different use for it. But everything that's in there got forgotten. So the only things that I would ever use were what was on the workbench itself. You know what I mean? Does that make
Yep.
any sense?
Nope. I got you 100%. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I decided I needed to go a different direction with that, and that's exactly what I did. So, I'm just going to move this out of the way because I'm after the show today. I have to do some masking, so I don't want to get any of this all messed up. So,
Bungled up.
yeah, I don't want to. This project is starting to just a little reveal here. This is a Milwaukee Road skytop observation that is now the Farland Terminal's business car.
Yeah.
Thanks to Patrick Lavallee. It's this is going to be really kind of neat. I'm gonna make a thing at the drum head. I'm gonna make a square drum head for the back. So, but that's got a ways to go yet. But
Okay.
I just want to move this stuff over off to the side, and then I'll show you the one carousel here. All right. So
this is the thing that you got at the aisle of things
yeah,
in Aldi, and it's a
yeah,
carousel.
and this is just a tool, or it actually comes with these stickers you can put, like, it's like a laundry carousel or like an organizer carousel. It has its own thing. You see, it spins around. Woo! Microphone got in the way. But you could just set it off to the side. It'll, do whatever. What I did here was I took some, I believe this is 1.5 PVC right here. And I just cut a handful of pieces of PVC. And then I have some 1-inch also right here, some smaller. I have 4 pieces of 1-inch. I have a piece of 2-inch sitting right down in here. I believe that's 2-inch. And then this container is actually in here. That's just what the hell kind of container is that?
Like a cottage cheese container or something
No.
like that, or yogurt.
Yeah, it's something. It's something along those lines. Yeah, let's go with that. So it's just a container of some sort. And what I did is I hot glued these things together. And I
so they don't all jiggle around in there.
These are on there. Then, now, if you can find these, I'm not sure if they still have them. And I'm going to get, I hesitate to say anything but I'm going to anyway. But once in a while, Iowa Scale Engineering, and Scott, please, I apologize ahead of time for this, but Iowa Scale Engineering, when they make their cases, the cases have covers to them. They typically don't. They typically don't have another use for those covers, so they just collect them. Well, I was able to get a hold of several of these covers for the cases of the proto throttles. Okay. And that's what's in here, is right in here. You can see. And what I did that is I did that so that way there's some one here and then run here. And I have all my pliers and all my little hand tools hanging on that.
Just over the top of them.
Just over the top of them. That way I have everything set up and squared away. And then in the crevices, like my rulers are right here in between some of the stuff, protractors in between stuff. I have my tweezers are hanging on the, let's see, where are the tweezers?
They're by the rulers.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
No, tweezers are right here.
Yeah.
I have those hanging there. I have a square sitting here. So this is really, this is my tool organizer right now. So I went from a case that had, no, you guys might be noticing there's no screwdrivers here. And there's a good reason for that. And the reason for that is because I haven't figured out a good way of doing that yet. So, and that's the truth. They're all over the place. I did the same thing with all my adhesives and my decaling liquids. This is a parts bin. all I did was hot glue it down to the base, and all my adhesives are sitting inside this. So if something happens, here I have lubricants of, like I have gear lubes, and I have some silver oxide stuff for, connectivity and things like that. I have a bunch of different decal masks. I have masking solution, Solvaset, Microsol, some decal film stuff, all in this one.
Yep. I think that's brilliant.
And then I just have this off to the side. Like, it's just off to the side. Now, here's one that I didn't show yet, because this part of the workbench is not really ready, but I do have it. Is I did the same thing, except for I added in the back, I added one of those plates, those Pro Throttle plates, because I have my weathering pencils. This is my weathering one. This is all. So here's my tacos. Here's my taco sauce.
There it is, a whole carousel of taco sauce,
and all sorts of stuff. These are my pan pastels. Here's some other pastels, or like weathering powders. These are Tamiya. I've got these at Hobby Lobby. They come with a little, like a little applicator.
Yeah, it's like a makeup.
Yeah, it's like a little makeup thing. Which, you can or cannot use it if you want, but I just went and organized that, and I got my MIG stuff and Vallejo and all sorts of different things.
So Andy Gerber has a question. Where did you get those Lazy Susans?
Aldi.
So they were in the aisle of things.
They're in Aldi. The aisle of garbage at Aldi. What's the technical term for what they use? It's the
I've heard many names for it. It's basically the non-grocery section of the store.
Right. Okay. Remember when you go to this TV or go to a store and you'd see the as seen on TV section?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
You can find these carousels. Steve, the center aisle of crap, the aisle of shame.
The aisle of shame is the one that I like.
Yeah,
I like that one a lot.
That one, that's what it's been called.
Now here's one thing. The reason I put this in here, and same as the adhesive one, on the other one, the reason I put this in here is because these have a raised lip right here. A lot, you guys all seen the parts bins, these individual parts bins. You've seen these, right? If something leaks, that leak is contained.
Right.
So, if there's an issue with it, you're not getting it all over everything. And except for what's inside this bin. And that way it keeps your dry stuff dry and your wet. So, because basically, if you look at this, I have a dry on the outside and wet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And then pencils out here. So it's.
I have the same problem with Kristen. It's always, hey, let's go down the aisle of things. And
I'm looking for this certain cup.
And it's like, we save so much money buying groceries at Aldi until we hit the aisle of things.
Yeah.
And then all the money comes back to them.
So there, I have these at arm's reach, so I don't have to go hunting for anything really. I can just spin this around a little bit, find what I need, and off to the races I go. Now,
nothing will kill a modeling project faster than spending a half an hour looking for a frickin' tool.
No kidding, right?
Oh my God. I play find the tape measure on every woodworking project. It just ruins the flow.
Every single one. I just played that game.
Find the tape measure is the worst game.
That's why Joy gets so mad at me, because I'll be like, we'll go someplace and I'll be like, ooh, a tape measure. And she's like, you have like 30 of them. I'm like, yeah, but can you tell me where they all are? No,
I probably left one in St. Louis.
I could have. But one thing is like, these are really awesome.
What are these?
These are basically sanding sticks, but they, for lack of anything else, other way of doing it, they are a belt. So you can change as you're sanding. You can constantly turning and having a fresh surface of sanding. Well, to change these belts is very simple. This is spring loaded. You just push this together and the belt comes off. And then you're with this. So now this one gets all funky and all whatever, and you want to,
schmagged up.
Yeah, you get all messed up. You just put the new belt back on. You get it close. You get it close put it on the tip. Get it close. Push it together. Wrap it over the back, and boom, you're pretty much set to go. Now you're all set to start sanding again. Now, the problem is, what do you do with the extra belts? Well, I put mine on a peg hook up here. So that way I know now it's quite a reach for me. So, I mean, I'm going to have to stand up. But I have pegboard all the way around me here. So I'm going to try to change cameras. I don't know if I'll be able to. But it's a deal where, here, let me do this. Hey, this will work out. Our high quality production value here.
It's fun. This is a new segment, Fun with Technology.
Okay, we're upside down. We're upside down, and I don't care. But you can see the pegboard. Yes, it's defying gravity before anybody says anything. But you have you use pegboard. What?
No, I'm good. I had to take myself off camera.
Why?
Because I'm laughing so hard from the defying gravity comment.
Wait a minute. Mirror might. No, is that it? No, that's not it.
This is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I can guarantee you that.
Yep, it is. So, but anyway, you get the hint. It's, you're using pegboard as your means of, like, they're right there. They're those extra belts.
Yep.
They're the extra belts right here.
Yeah.
And then I have my, an optivisor over there. I have an optivisor over here. It's
pegboard. Pegboard is that bingo Winchester. What sorcery is this? Very good. But pegboard is what I have is like, if you were to be able to see behind me in my workbench, that's directly behind me. I use the pegboard for it's my backstop or my backsplash, right? If it was think of it as a countertop, it'd be my backsplash. And I have all of my I actually have my pliers on there. And it's basically has all of my other tools clipped on. I have a carousel. I don't know if I got mine from the Isle of Things or not. But I got a couple of aids that I wanted to share, if that's all right, Mike.
Oh, go right ahead.
Okay. So the first one, this is just your old coffee cup here, right?
Right.
The coffee cup is perfect. I have so many coffee cups. I don't know what to do with them.
Coffee cup pens.
Yep. Coffee cup of pens, right? So if you need a writing utensil, you know where they are. Get an old coffee cup or some sort of cup. You can use these for paint brushes as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I have one just for paint brushes. Now this one's a little different. So I'm gonna steal the wheel here for a sec. So these things, Plano,
love those things.
3,700 boxes. The 4x24, 3,700 boxes. So I use these for fishing.
Okay.
My tackle boxes. But I also have a secret use for these.
I'm
going to show you. Stand fast. So instead of having a billion bottles of paint all over my workbench, I have all my bottles of Tamiya in my 3,700 boxes.
That's a great idea.
And they're sorted by number.
Which is helpful.
Yes. So all of my XFs are in order and they're laying on the side so they're always, mixed up, right?
Yep.
And I can stack these suckers. So I have all of these little guys in a cubby underneath my workbench or my painting booth. And I use these Plano boxes for all my paints and parts as well. So that's one little trick that I wanted to share with you guys was the old Plano 3,700 box.
That's cool.
I get those pretty much from anywhere.
Now, I have something else.
Oh.
Hey, would you like to see something done on the fly?
We do.
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I just said I'm not sure what to do with my screwdrivers?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right. I won this thing. I threw the thing away for it. I won this in St. Louis. Oh, maybe I didn't. It's a box. It came in a box. I wonder. Oh, no, it's right here. ABR paint drying rack, right?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, well, there's no instructions for it. Okay, it came with these dowels. Now, these dowels are just dowels. I'm not sure. I don't know that I would use these necessarily for that. Okay. However, when you put everything together, it's this neat little rack and the dowels fit in these little deals. Right?
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Well, I was just sitting here looking. I looked over at it, literally. And I'm like, oh, hey, look, I forgot I had this. There's this little screwdriver. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. And I looked over. Well, I wonder if I just took this out and put that. Oh, look at that.
That's it. That's the winning ticket right there.
And you can put 20 different screwdrivers in here.
Sure. Yeah.
And so everybody will have to get at least 2 or 3 of these because who has just 20 screwdrivers? So there's that. And now I got to show you something else that Luke Lemons forced me to buy money and spend money on.
So there's one thing that I am going to make a recommendation to the section crew out there. So
yes,
lots of us probably have little containers or collectors for parts and stuff on our workbenches. If we have a box labeled bits of string too small to use that we're saving, we need to throw that away.
No,
we need to throw it out.
No, no, you got to keep those.
No, if it's bits of string too small to use, throw it away.
Okay, now I'm going to argue against that because
no.
Yep. Okay, so here's the deal. If you've got a little container filled with little styrene scraps, like little cutoff pieces. Now, the Surgeon General in the state of California has recommended that the use of MEK is not okay because it could lead to cancerous situations and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Put some of that stuff in a baby food jar or a glass jar, those little pieces of scrap, throw in some MEK, let it fester, ventilate, and wear a mask, mix it together, and now you just created yourself a plastic slurry for gap filling.
Click your heels together, and just like that, you're off in another land, another dimension.
Well, you could do that too.
No, I'm just joking. I guess that's a good idea. But that's not bits of string.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's one of those covers. I just found this. I was using it for a cutting board.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what one of those lids looks like. On Luke's recommendation, of course, as usual, and anybody that knows Luke, he is a very organized individual. He came up with this idea for drill bits. And I'm not talking about like your normal, like the ones with the pretty colors, like this busted one here. I'm not talking about ones like this. Okay. I'm talking about your regular drill bits. Okay. So what you have here, do you know what this is?
It looks like an old Blistex tube.
It isn't old. This is a brand spanking new one. Clear, unused, fully functional, so the base can be turned
to push the
drill bit up, so you don't have to worry about losing your drill bits. I went and I made I have a
chapstick container.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of these on Amazon, and I can't remember how many I got. I think I have a bunch of them. And I made myself a little container with
Mike. That's brilliant.
Thank Luke for this one. This is Luke's idea, 100%. And I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but this is an incredibly good idea. So this way, if you need a number 75, you just grab the one that's labeled 75, and you go, oh crap, I don't have one of those. I got to go buy some. And you can go and buy these. And I just took a piece of pine and drilled out the deal, and then like here's a 56, right? There's a single 56 in there. You could dump it out, or if you wanted to, you could just twist that top up. It takes a little bit, and boom, the bit comes out. That would be handy for like smaller bits, I would think, because of the fact that you're not going to dump any on the floor or dump them out.
Right.
So yeah, just a little organizational help. And then this is from, God, I can't remember where I got this. I've seen these, and for some reason they want like a ton of money, and I don't think I spent very much on this. And it's just a drill bit gauge. So if I end up with 4 or 5 drill bits on the thing, I can't remember what ones are what. You just put them through this, get them close to the size of the hole, and boom, that's the number it is. They'll slide right through, and as soon as there's give, or as soon as it won't go through, that's the number. It goes from like number 61 to 80. So I kind of keep this right here, and I want to put a magnet on here, so this will be magnetized so it doesn't fall off. So
that one is a good one, Mike. I like that one.
So yeah, thanks. I'm trying. Like I said, getting organized sucks, but it's necessary, right? I mean, it just is.
Well, and we talked about from the psychology aspect, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people get weird about, I just don't feel like doing it because I can't find anything to get started, or there's so much there, it's just overwhelming. I got 5 different projects, I don't know where to start, and then you don't start at all.
Right. And that's a big problem, because how many projects have we not done because of that?
Yeah.
How many times have you gone downstairs and just sat there and looked, and then doom scroll, like you and I were talking that one day, we just doom scroll on our phone. Yeah. Because you just look off the thing and it's like, oh, I just don't want to deal with this right now.
Right. Yep. And it's a slippery slope if you start to leave projects piled up on the workbench. It's especially if you don't have a system or the gadgets or gizmos in place to keep you organized. Now, these you don't have to follow everything that Mike and I, do or whatever. Find your own method that works best for you. You guys, I've seen some workbenches out there. You guys all have creative ideas for organization and things to keep it nice and tidy. But having that system will help you essentially be able to keep the projects churning out and getting completed.
Tony Cook, Shane Mason, and myself went on a layout tour on I believe it was Thursday night. Tony, I know you're in here. Was it Thursday night or was it Friday night when we went to the S scale? It was an SN3 layout. It was the layout itself was amazing. However, that wasn't for me. That wasn't the highlight of the thing. The layout was cool. His shop was ridiculous, and I don't mean like over the top with all this fancy, expensive stuff. It was clean. Thursday night, yes, thank you, Tony. It was clean. It was organized. It was organized in stations, and then to boot, he had a 10-station room where you could go and have 10 different people working on 10 different things, everything from soldering to weathering to assembly to you name it, and all the tools for each station were right in front of that chair. And I was just flabbergasted by that, and I'm like, man, now that house in itself, I would have to say, and Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was in a very, very nice neighborhood. And I would say the basement alone was probably $100,000. I mean, the landscaping was beautiful. I mean, this was a very, very beautiful home. And it almost looked as if that basement was specifically designed for something like this. So it was sounds like an overachiever. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But yeah, it was really, really cool. And that was kind of part of the inspiration. When I got home, I that's kind of inspired me to want to start getting organized, so sometimes that's what it takes, right?
Right. No, it's good. That's good stuff. So I think we should take a look at what the section crew has on their workbench.
Yeah. Oh,
what do you
yeah.
think?
I think I would love to. Hey, somebody asked me about the CF7 in the picture.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Paul Stamp did.
Yeah, real quick. Yes, that is going to be a Farland Terminal locomotive at one point. I'm deciding on what I'm going to do it. That was a $30 train show find, and it has a Soundtracks decoder in it. I still can't believe that. I got it for $30. So when you go to your train shows, your local train shows, watch if somebody's got something like that, just take a look at it. You never know what you're going to get. I didn't know it had a decoder.
Going to train shows for years, and I never find anything like that. Hey, look at this. I got an Athearn Genesis for $48, and it's got an ESU5 in it with decoder buddy and all that stuff.
I didn't know it had it until I took it out of the box and put it on the track, and all of a sudden it fired up. I'm like, what the hell? Why is it making noise? And I'm like looking at the box. I'm like, this isn't a sound unit, is it? And I'm like, oh, hey, wait a minute.
The best part is when I ask him, Mike, where'd you get it? Well, there's a table over there. Well, then I go, and he's got 5 other ones there. You got to hurry. And I go, which one? The three down there. I can't find it.
Hey, are you ever going to tell me where your secret musky spot is?
I will gladly show you where every secret musky spot is.
Yeah. So I'll the next time I go to a show, which is, what's the next show? after Colorado Train Fest, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, there's Train Fest coming up here in November here in
Oh no,
Wisconsin.
Chicagoland RPM's
Then
coming up too. Yeah,
Chicagoland RPM in October, I think.
yeah, yeah.
So
And yes, I did not. But for the first time in my life, I just kept my mouth shut and I walked away. All right,
unbelievable.
let's see what everybody's
Are
got.
you sure? Are you sure? We
Absolutely,
don't.
I'm having fun. I'm having a good
All
time tonight.
right,
This
all
is
right. All right, the funky reggae beat from the Greasy Meat Hands band tells us it's time for what's on your workbench, and this is where we send out a call to action out in our Facebook group at the Second Section Podcast, where we want to see what's on your workbench. And Mike and I make up a little game here where it's kind of like whose line is it anyway, where Mike and I have there's no rules, no, the points don't matter.
the points don't matter.
And the points don't matter, and we're going to pick a winner. And the winner this evening is going to get a tumbler from Bespoke Rail from the Duluth, Mesabi, and Iron Range. It's a beaut. It's got the Arrow logo on the back. It's hot. It's a good looking item.
Yep.
So, question: Does the Second Section have a booth at Train Fest? No. So before we get in that, I think we're going to Train Fest. It's in our backyard. We probably should go, right?
I'm going.
Yeah,
I know that. I'll
Mike
be
and I
going.
will definitely be there at Train Fest. I think I go both days. Saturday.
I usually only go Saturday.
Saturday is the adult day, and then Sunday I bring Henry, and we go shopping and do all that stuff. So yeah, so I'll be there. So I'll be milling about with the people, looking at stuff. So don't hesitate to come up and grab us by the arm and shake our hands and say hi. Hell, if you even catch us around lunchtime, we'll probably end up going out to lunch. You can join us for that. It's always a good time.
That's not for the faint of heart, though. I'm telling you right now.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
Oh my God, yes, it was a brilliant time. It was awesome.
Yeah, but no, we're not going to have a booth. We like to walk around, talk to people, talk to vendors, and buy stuff. So at least this year, it's not during deer season.
Yeah, but it is still downtown from what I understand. It's back
Yeah.
at that, which, you know what? I actually didn't mind that venue. It sounds like they have more space than they did at
State Fair.
But I mean, State Fair is kind of, I guess we'll have to see how things go going forward with it, but
yeah, we'll have to see. So, hey, what's on your workbench? Okay, we should get to that. We can talk about Train Fest later.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got to hit the refresh button here before we do anything.
Remember, you said we didn't have a script, so we're kind of going off the cuff the whole night.
Yeah, we're winging it tonight. That's for sure. We wing it every night, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so here we go. The pinned post here. Section crew, show us what's on your workbench. The clean one tonight gets the prize. We got 51 comments that we're going through. We're starting right now. So let's see. Can you guys see this okay on the screen? It's dimly lit. I have to make it bigger somehow here. Hang on a second. Okay. Up into the comments we go. Better go to all the comments. Hopefully we don't get shadow banned here by Facebook. All right, David Winther, hopeless. The wife actually came down last night and asked if I wanted her to clean it up. And then she asked, don't you think you have enough train cars? I told her to get out.
Which is an appropriate response, by the way.
Yes. So, I mean, this is a pretty wide angle shot. And like, this isn't bad. This could be so much worse.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's you got the DeWalt tool kit. I mean, this is a multi-function area. This isn't just trains. I'd be willing to bet he's got other stuff.
Big old belt sander here. I mean, there's
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff going on here, but for as far as train things, look, he's using the pegboard there. He's
yeah.
employing some of the stuff. So yeah, I
The
don't know.
under cabinet lighting is kind of a nice touch. That's
I
really
like
nice.
that too. Yeah, yeah. Not so bad, David. Don't be so hard on yourself. All right, Clark Kooning. Clean, not so much. Laugh out loud. It's not bad.
No, no.
He's got a nice little personalized tool holder here. It says Clark's Tools.
Well, that is kind of neat.
I like these little tip out dealies here, these organizers in the back. I think those are a good thing to have.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm.
Anytime you can find something that saves space is always helpful.
Clever idea here. Look at this. His clamps are clamped to the outer edge of his workbench.
I
You
got
see
mine.
that?
My clamps are right over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right
Good
by my
one.
3D printer. Yep. Good idea.
Tom
Oh, look at
Poschel.
this.
This is not very nice.
This is very nice.
This is about the cleanest my workbench ever gets. So he's got the organizers here. Look at this. He's got, I love the pill bottles.
Oh, I got a whole bag of them things back here.
Yep.
What do
Nice.
you use them for though?
Oh, I imagine. So I use mine for like parts and stuff and rail joiners.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I use mine for. Look at this little tool. Look at this for screwdrivers. It's just it looks like a plumbing.
Oh yeah.
Or an old piece of drilled stock there.
Yeah.
Sheet stock, and then just bent in half for your old screwdrivers there.
Gets a nod for the Ryobi drill sitting there too.
Oh, yuck. Label maker right there.
Yep.
That's another good thing to have.
What do you mean, yuck?
I'm not a Ryobi fan.
Oh my god.
I like DeWalt.
Oh.
I like my fancy Black & Decker.
Jesus.
All right. Martin McDonnell.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, this is very nice. Workspace I built from IKEA pieces. This is my idea of an organized workspace. I have a group of plastic project boxes from Kmart. They still exist here in Australia. All right. To contain any parts and pieces for each project. Paints are on the desktop in bottle racks. The shelf above holds small containers, which holds tools, abrasive, Kato parts, micro trains parts, and much more. On the left end of the desktop is a folding spray booth and carousel. Very nice.
Oh. Huh.
And the workspace.
I like the fact that he's got it by the window. I like that. So you can look outside and see something, a little natural light going on. Yeah.
He gets five bonus points here. This is a Chicago Northwestern Historical Society calendar. He gets bonus points for that.
Can we vote on that?
And then he's got a water jug there. And I see some C&W locomotives there. So Martin is...
This is rigged already.
This is very rigged. Good. Very good right off the bat.
Very much rigged.
All right. Montana Northern Railroad. Honestly, this is the cleanest it's been in months. Mike Ostertag made a post about cleaning your workbench and you can get more done. Well, it worked. It made me rejuvenated and I have been a man possessed on my layout.
Well, that's true though, right? I mean, what did we come up with the term for that? Where it was, we came not or a phrase for that. Not analysis paralysis, but we were. Remember we were talking about it, and you just motivation.
Motivation constipation.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. But I mean, you just lose you have no motivation if in a dirty space, you know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you just have like a huge block, right? Motivation constipation. He's got the bottles of Old Harper here.
Yeah.
I've always liked these little Vallejo racks. They're always
Yeah,
cute. Yeah, very good. All right.
that's awesome.
That is good. Bob Two Sync. Everything has a place. Spend 2 minutes after a work session to put things away and tidy up. Don't let things pile up. I like this.
Yeah,
Look at this. Look at this spray booth he's got going on here.
I know. I like that a lot.
So I like these little wood organizer things. I think those are pretty clever. And then the little condiment containers here for holding parts.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That way you don't lose your stuff.
Yep. Next to a window.
Yep.
Very good. John Garvin, former Workbench of the Week winner, if I do recall. It's been so busy summer at work, and my gondola project is still ongoing. Now that I have decals from Black Cat have arrived, I can finish up. I picked up 2 of these black toolboxes from Canadian Tire for $14.99. I couldn't turn them down. They will go to the back and left hand side to replace the plastic boxes. Oh, and a hard to get car popped up too. Thank you, Engine House Services, for a truly cross border shopping experience. He's got a very tight space here.
He gets 100 bonus points for having that amazing car right there. You get 100 bonus points for that. Just period.
And the second section coffee mug.
Yep.
And the Farland Terminal boxcar.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got a lot of organization going on here as well. Look how he's got the tiered, almost like a stadium seating for his different liquids.
And how organized his boxes are for where his locomotives are.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an interesting concept here I like this with like this tiered shelving.
Yep.
That's good. These little Mastercraft toolboxes are kind of cute. All right. Peter Moyle, the best I could do on short notice. Ha ha ha. Peter.
I do want to say something though. He's got a quality craft kit sitting right there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Those are no joke of a kit. That is a so I tip of the hat to that,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mike Maroney, this is my blank slate. Just moved in Saturday. Well, good luck, Mike.
Yeah.
You got a lot to work with there.
Very clean.
Very clean.
Very clean.
Oh, Dwight Anderson, I need an intervention.
Well, however, go back to that once. Go back to that. Are those Milwaukee Road F units sitting right in the middle?
Well, let's take a look. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yep. See, I touched it, and then he asked me to go back. And then I did stuff and things. And it's fun with technology. There we go. I hit the wrong button.
Oh no, those are.
It looks like there's a Jeep, looks like, or something here.
Yeah, but
this is a passenger car.
Those Milwaukee Road units down there?
Yeah, Dwight does the Milwaukee Road in present day.
Oh yeah.
He does the What If
Yeah.
Milwaukee Road. He gets points for the taco sauce.
Sure. Yep.
Mike Slater, I'm very disappointed in tonight's topic. Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike will be at Train Fest too, I'm sure. Hopefully I get to see Mike there. Always a good time. Joey Busek, or Buchek. I only work on one project at the workbench at a time. When I'm done, I clear it off and I put down fresh craft paper, and then I start bringing items to work on it. I just finished a project, weathering some locos and patching another, and now I'm on to working on a build for someone, and it will be getting messy again soon. I like the craft paper kind of as like a to keep the workbench top fresh. It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
You can always use it to draw notes on. You can make some little doodles and
Mhm.
stuff like that on it, or you come up
Yeah.
with a thought. It's always I like the craft. I've seen that several times. That's a really really good. I
Yeah.
think Boomer's used craft paper for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, he does something like that where he's got paper down where he's making notes on it and stuff.
Didn't I'll have to pay more attention when I'm watching his videos. Daniel Leduc, when you work in a limited space, you have to fit everything you need in as much as you can. It's very true. It's a good organization here. Nice
Oh
tool,
yeah.
like bins here. Um, I like using the tape to hold your bottles so they don't spill. I've
It's a
done
good
that
idea.
before. I've done that before. Yep.
That's a
This
very
is
very good
good.
idea.
Yeah. Here we go. Mike Shanky. On my workbench has been some rolling stock. My daughter and I have been going through to standardize the entire fleet. Lots of issues gone away, and we've been enjoying getting these done before our next op session. There you go. So nice little multifunctional workbench that Mike has here.
That's the same scale that I got, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Or something similar to it.
Something, yeah, pretty close. And you get your laptop there so you can do all your DCC and Decoder Pro and
Yep.
JMRI stuff. Linda Eskin. Wow, this is very clean. I have two workspaces, the garage for big messy things and my air conditioned library den for little tidy things. It's not really fair to give the impression that it's this space is always this tidy though. I just completely reworked the whole room yesterday, so this is probably as good as it gets.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's still quite good.
Oh
Nice little
yeah.
structure project going on here. The coffee cup, employing that idea. Oh yeah, and look at a nice workbench here. Little holders, little jars to hold extra things, organizer bins. Yeah, this is good stuff here, like this. Yeah, well done. Nice padded cushion here to sit on for comfort too. Joseph Ginto.
Ooh.
Nothing like having your shelf module arms reach away above your workbench. I've always have my hard hat with me just in case. How many times have you bumped your head?
Right? That's a good idea though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go right from the workbench to your layout. Love it. Let's see here. I like the organization here with the all of the craft paints in these drawers. I do the same thing with my craft paints. Tool organizers. Yep. Little.
The red solo cup's a nice touch. That's
Yeah.
always
Yeah. We got is that Batman there in the background?
I'm Batman.
Yep. Rocky Balboa there. That's nice too. There you go. All right. Robert Pettit, sorry, don't have a workbench just yet. Probably build one next month. Randy Timmerman, after the NSE and touring different layouts, decided to redo the workbench. Love the discard kitchen counters at Menards. Randy, look at that. These shelves that he has, all these little blue organizer bins. Very nice. A couple of big monitors there. Looks like he's doing more than just trains in here. Big printer. Nice. I don't see the beer fridge though.
That's off camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill Hawk, magnet strip on the front edge of the shelf.
Oh, that's a great idea too.
Mm-hmm. iPad or tablet there. Look at this building he's building. Nobody cares about the podcast. Look at the building.
Yeah.
Nice work, Bill.
Is he putting the interior in that thing?
It looks to be
Kind
that
of
way. Yeah.
looks like it, hey?
Have to let us know what's going on.
The
The
squirt
magnet
bottle.
strips.
Yeah, here's a pro tip for anybody that's getting started. Make sure all your clear liquids are labeled properly.
Do not drink.
Do not drink. Make sure your MEK and your decal solution and your water are all in
Your
well labeled.
paintbrush water cup.
Your paintbrush water, all labeled properly.
Let's see. Todd Ablett. Not a chance for me.
Oh, look at that though.
This would be a good workbench of the week in the normal.
Yeah, that's got scenery written all over it. Look, he's got plaster of Paris going there. He's got a cottage cheese container with a brush in it.
Yeah. Some Vallejo stuff here.
Be interested to see what the lid with the tans are all about. Whether he's testing something or if he's right down below there, a little bit further, right there. Oh, look at it. Looks to me, does it look like that's got a smiley face?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yep. Well done, Todd. All right, Paul Stamp. Still a little mess, so you know it's not staged. Okay. I'm still working on the start of the final Finger Lake locomotive that I need for my roster. Finger Lake 1703, a former Milwaukee Road chop nose Jeep 9. Good luck.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What number was it? 17. No, 1703.
1703. Yes.
I'll have to look that one up. I might be able to help him with some stuff.
Maybe get Paul a few pictures.
Yeah, possibly.
All right, Michael D. Thorson. Tearing down an old Walther's RPO to convert into a tool car of sorts while waiting on some clear coat to dry. Look at the Tamiya and all the stuff in the back and how neat that is.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's got like those little stepped.
Yeah, the stadium seating type.
Yeah.
Stadium staged shelves. Yeah. And the old boxes here with that have no freight cars in it anymore. It's like different parts. Oh, look at this one. Tom Lundell. I'm looking forward to cooler weather and parking myself here more often. To the right, out of view, is the paint booth that my wife bought me recently. She actually encourages me to model to help relieve my work stress. I built the buildings 25 years ago. Oh, wow. I'm working on fixing and repainting them for a new N-scale model railroad I'm building. Amazing.
That's actually pretty cool.
This is a really neat organizer.
Look at the Mascoutin Valley thing up there.
Yep. Got around the layout up here. Texas, the TGNN. Another NMRA, second section. Tape measure. Clearly in sight. I like this one, Tom. Very good. Very good indeed. Nick LaRusso, new loco project. All right. See some clutter in the back there, Nick. All right. David Piercy. The workbench is admittedly a disaster right now. But there's some features of my setup hidden underneath the clutter. A bank of switches to control powered tools. I like that. Tamiya paints X1 through XF91. Built-in vac connection to aid cleanups and air circulation used for the airbrush. Enough lighting to guide in landing aircraft. I like that. Handy dandy pink foam strip for frequently used hand tools. This is great.
That is really, really cool.
This is a really good setup you have here, Dave. I couldn't agree more about the lighting. That's very important. I like the pink foam.
Yeah.
I use that for some stuff and things on the spray booth. Need to get you a new paper towel roll, though. You're out.
In case you didn't notice.
But it's good. That's good. All right. Tony Dixon. Clean, not likely, but I'm getting some new organization figured out. Printed racking for my Plano organizers that will eventually be mounted on a cart that'll be rolled away and mounted on a wall. Tony!
That's actually that's a brilliant idea.
Well done, sir. I like that a lot. Well done. Nathan Helms. Not bad. Nice bell. There's another picture of Nick LaRusso's project. Here's Lee Stormer's rolling work cart. It's got everything. His whole life's in that box there.
He's got pink foam there too, doesn't he?
He does. No.
Yeah, in the box.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have the podcast setups on a rolling cart. Believe it or not, that I have here. Douglas Ziegler, staying organized allows me to finish my oh, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really pretty.
This is very nice.
Yeah.
Well done. I like all the organizers. You got the paints all neatly organized. Clamps are all together. Paints are all together. Yep. Tool holders off to the side. Pill bottle here for parts, I'm guessing. Here's a thing that we didn't talk about, but probably many modelers do, is the old AccuRail boxes and the old Athearn Blue Box boxes on your workbench is like project boxes or project trays.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at a Milwaukee Road switcher that's in an old Athearn Blue Box top. That's good. Here's Lee Stormer. I was painting and weathering switch stands that I had assembled yesterday and then cleaning the work table earlier in the show this evening. Now here's his workbench. This is the one that's fixed, not the roly-moly thingamadilly he's got. All right.
He's got a magnet strip too for his tools.
I see that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Or wait a minute. No, that's not a magnet strip, is it?
What is that? Has to be a magnet strip.
Unless he's got it set up to...
Going to bed. Love
you too. Night, Henry. Oh.
Peter Tillman in the new basement. Temporary setup.
Afraid to get the walls dirty already.
No, it's smart. Looks like he's doing some boomer trees there.
Yeah.
Good on you. Andy Day. Ooh.
Okay, now first and foremost, he's got the Packer flag sitting right there.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That'll get you a point or two.
yeah, or 20.
I like that lantern. That's kind of neat.
That is kind of neat. It's a
Well done with the
mood
organization.
lighting.
He's got good mood lighting there. Good organization setup here. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's
That was it.
That's the last one that I have on this post. So we gotta figure this out. All right. So let's get out the pencil here. We'll sharpen the pencil here. All right. So I'm gonna put Andy Day on there since he's the last one and it's fresh in my head. Dustin Ziegler.
Ooh, I had Tony Dixon.
Tony Dixon. Yeah.
Yeah, Pearl's organized that just because that's the printed organizer shelf thingies.
Yep.
Randy Timmerman, just because that was kind of a next level thing.
Bob Tusink was also on my list.
Oh yes. Yep.
Yeah. I saw this one earlier in the day and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Montana Northern Railroad. I mean, I like the fact that he used you as motivation. And then Martin McDonald here, the C&W from Down Under. You know, that's I'm just gonna put that on there. And
it'd be rude if you didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good setup, and then the C&W is a bonus.
Uh-huh.
I know it's just grating at you. Okay, so let's take it down here. We must we have to discuss amongst ourselves here. Still carrying about 100 people here up to the end of the show. Hit the refresh button around the Layout Podcast. Got Ray here. Oh my.
Holy cow.
He says hit the refresh button. Okay. So Mike, let's why don't you take us through what you think are your top ones?
Well, after seeing it again, I think Bob Tusinks is right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's right up there. I had Linda Eskin in there too because just because of the way she kind of had everything. Yeah, did everything with the space she had. And then, like I said, Randy Timmerman was up there. And then Andy Day, you know, like you said, it was fresh in our mind, and it was good use. But I'm kind of leaning towards Bob. You know.
Oh, we got to show Ray. So Ray's must not have come in the feed. This is cool. We're gonna show it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. This didn't come. This didn't come up while I was doing the thing. So Ray from Around the Layout podcast. Look at this. He's got that AO rail system, I think.
Yep. That's yep. I think either he bought his before me or I bought mine right after him. One of those. Same thing. That's the same thing. I know, isn't that cool?
And it's right. It looks like it's in a studio because I think this is his studio background. Yeah, he's got this all set up. I like how he's done this
on top of a Husky toolbox.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like
and he's got
total throttle there on the side.
He's got goes from ESU to
NCE.
Yep.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh,
this is tough. I got to put Ray on here now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have this is a tough one tonight. So we have Ray. We have Bob. we have Linda.
Okay.
Okay.
Rays, I would like to remove from running for only one reason. That really wasn't a workbench. It was just his test tracks.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was good.
It was great. I'm not saying it wasn't good, crying out loud. Now I got another thing that I want to go and do with the stuff that I've got. It was a great idea.
Regardless.
Man. All right, I got to think about this now.
All right. I know C&W is not going to get your vote, so we'll scratch Martin off.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Martin. That was nice. I do appreciate the C&W stuff that's on there, but I cannot in good conscience vote for it's like trying to vote for a Sioux Line thing for me. It just can't happen right now. Ooh, that would have been a good segue.
Yeah.
Then we got, if we're gonna seriously consider Ray, then I'm gonna have to take that.
I'm gonna cross off Tony because he's a former winner.
Yeah. Yep. He just said he doesn't need another win anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And then Ray just said, "Don't vote for him." Okay, so it's between
why don't vote for him?
Because he said, "I just wanted to make sure that Ostertag saw it." So it's between Bob, Linda.
Hey, look, I got mine right here. Mine's right here.
Yeah. Bob, Linda, Dustin, and Andy are the four that I have. Oh man, Martin says he bears no grudge. I don't know.
Oh man, this one's hard. Why is this one so much harder than when they're all messy?
Some good entries tonight.
There's some phenomenal ones. I like Bob's with the window and just the flow of the way everything looked.
Yep.
And then Linda's just because just the overall use of that small space that she had there.
Yep.
That was really nice.
Okay. So I would say it's between Bob and Linda then.
Okay. I think I know which way I'd like to lean. And oh my God, see, look at everybody's picking for us.
Oh, wait. Bob says there's 2 more photos under his. Oh, there's more.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
There's instant replay here.
All right.
Let's see. All comments. We're dragging this out. Just dragging this out for watch time. Oh, look at this. And Linda's replied to it as well. Okay. So as the story gets,
well, there's 2 more under Linda's too, it says.
Yeah. So now
we're okay. Now listen.
It's between right. Bob and Linda. So we had the first one. We all remember that. Now we got a mill in there. Look at this. So this is number 2.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then number 3, 3D printer station. And is that a laser? Oh
yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Look at all the tubs. This guy's a manufacturer. Okay. This is great. All right. So now we got to go down to Linda.
Yep. Let's go see what Linda has.
Okay. So we go down to Linda. Gotta put the sound effects in because it's fun. Oh, no, I went too far.
It's before Randy Timmermans.
It's before Randy Timmermans.
Right there.
Got her. All right. So there's 2 more under this one. So this was the nook
Yep.
and the space. 2 replies. Oh, see.
Oh.
Got a fan in here for comfort. There's other stuff underneath. Quick reach. Ooh, this is tough. All right.
Let's see. What's the other one look like? Weren't there 2 of them under hers?
Yeah. This is the bigger picture.
Oh.
Look at that. She must have been standing on a ladder to take this.
Huh.
Very interesting. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I tell you what. I think what we can do is we can ship out the one to Bob, and we'll get Linda one as well. Second section, we'll buy a tumbler from Bespoke Rail and send you one as well. I think it's too close to call. I think you guys both win what's on your workbench tonight.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way of doing it.
Yep.
We'll the other one may or may not be a DM and IR one. We'll have to see whether or not I can get them to make that one. If not, get us our contact information for sure.
Yeah, so send Mike, either Mike or myself, a direct message, or email us at second section podcast@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead, get your contact information, and we'll get those tumblers out to you. I mean, it's just too close to call.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that's pretty tight right there. I mean, honestly.
Yep. And I think it was good. I think it was great. Good effort tonight. So let me just write this down. So we got Linda and Bob. And then if you have a special, I tell you what, if you want, just send us a message, and we'll get you the tumblers out as soon as we possibly can. Okay. Yep. Good segment, good interaction from the section crew tonight. That was awesome. We do have a couple administrative notes as we bring her into the shed as we tie down tonight. Our next show is going to be on September 8th. It's going to be a Monday night. We're going to do some Monday night shows here for a little bit. Mike's and I's personal life schedules are kind of dictating that we have to have shows on Monday now, which isn't so bad. It's kind of fun. We had a good crowd tonight. And I know right before us, Paul Stamp has got a live stream going on as well. So make sure Paul's going to be, I think he posted a link for his stream in the second section Facebook group. So make sure that if he posts another one before the show, that you go check him out over there before you come to ours, because he's got some good content going on over there. And then the next show we're gonna have Bob Rivard come back on, and we're gonna have Luke Lemons come back on, and we are possibly going to have William Sampson on, undetermined yet, but we had such a good feedback for the Iowa Interstate roundtable or spotlight discussion. We're going to do one on the Sioux line, and it's interesting.
Couldn't have found a different railroad.
We could have. We could have.
Whatever.
But what's interesting? Don't Luke and Bob model 2 different parts of the Sioux line during the same year?
Between the two of them, I believe they have modeled every locomotive from 1977 to 1979,
something like that.
with the exception of like 10.
Yeah. So
It's crazy.
So that's going to be a hoot and a half, and they are both just fantastic Sioux line modelers, plethora of information. It's going to be a great show. And then our next show after that is going to be the 22nd of September. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one as well. So
yeah, that one we don't want to reveal right
just yet. Yeah, it's gonna be a really big shoe.
Yeah, that'll be a don't miss.
Yeah, don't want to miss the 22nd. That's for sure. So, anyways, if you guys haven't already, hit the like button tonight on tonight's show because it's an easy way to help us out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and if you want to be part of the Facebook fun and frivolity, head on over to the Second Section podcast to join our Facebook group. We have a really active group of modelers sharing, what they've modeled, tips, information, people asking questions, getting help from different modelers. And it's just a good way for you all to keep up on the podcast. So make sure that you guys are tuning into the Facebook group as well. And again, if you want to take your support one step further, we're also out on Patreon as well. $5 per month. You can support the Second Section, help us with our StreamYard costs, our website hosting, and various other costs that we have for video editing and stuff like that we have carried on here. So, Mike, thoughts on the show this evening?
Well, sorry, I was starting to message Mike Arnold.
Okay, good.
So, first of all, we all want to poke fun at having the clean space and everything because that's just kind of what we always do. But in reality, you can really get yourself in a much better headspace when you come to a clean-ish, or at least an organized workspace, knowing that you can just go right after your project and be able to get done what you want to do. And I'm not saying you need to complete an entire locomotive in an evening either. It might be just something simple as like you're trying to build a structure and you need to cut windows, or just having the space available to be able to do small details and just have a space to put them without worrying about them getting lost or broken or anything like that. It's just a good idea. It's an idea that I've got to kind of get a lot better at. This is just the beginning for me. And we saw some really, really cool setups today. So I just hope everybody gets a little bit of inspiration to take some time and just kind of clean up the clutter a little bit. And you never know, it could end up being like an early Christmas for you. I know it always is. Whenever I start cleaning something, I find a bag of something I forgot all about buying. I'm like,
yeah,
the hell's in here? I'm like, oh, this must be garbage. I look in there and, oh, wait a minute, I remember buying that book. Why is this in this bag? So it's just have fun with it. I hope we inspired a little bit of some new techniques, or some, you don't have to follow what we did, that's for sure, or are doing, but get out there. Modeling season's right around the corner if it hasn't started already. It's going to be in the 70s here now, by the way, too.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I can't wait for fat guy weather.
I know. Fat guy weather is good weather, so
sure is.
But
so yeah, No, it was a great show. And thanks, Mike, for coming up with the idea for it tonight. And yeah, I can't. I'm ready for modeling season,
Yeah. Yep.
and I'm ready for podcast season.
Yeah.
So and we got some fun stuff coming up this year. So you'll want to stay tuned. I think we got freelance week is coming up here pretty soon too. So
Yeah.
you
Wait
want
a
to,
minute. Am I in Colorado for that?
I think you might be. Yeah.
Oh, does that mean I
Yeah.
got to do something?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, somebody did ask when the thing in Greeley was. It's September 27th and 28th, I believe is the RPM and the freelance forum,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. A lot of good clinics too scheduled for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna John Parker's gonna have an open house, so that'll be I'll definitely be getting out there again.
Yeah. That's on my bucket list, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
yep, 27th and 28th. And if you see Mike out there, I won't be able to go this year. But if you see Mike out there, go ahead, give him a handshake and yeah, chat him up.
Yeah,
We'd love to hear from
absolutely.
you. And yeah, and thanks for the kind words about our friend Ralph. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting. Um, you know, Ralph was a great modeler and a great friend. And if there's one thing that is in line with what we believe here at the second section, Ralph believed into was you can't get better at modeling just by standing on the sidelines and talking about it. You got to pick up the paintbrush, you got to pick up the hobby knife, and you got to do it. And so that's what we're all about here. And I know that's what he was all about as well. So
Yep.
get out there and do it. It's and channel your inner Ralph. And you guys are all capable with a little practice to be artisans of his caliber for sure. Okay, anything else, Mike, before we tie down?
Nope. Just thank you everybody for a great night. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. We'll see everybody back here on September 8th. Y'all have a good one. Night, everyone.
Night.